Hey guys, welcome back to Spooky Tuesday, a weekly podcast where we're breaking down all of our favorite slashers, thrillers, monster movies, and black comedies on the new scariest day of the week. I'm Cindy Thompson.
I'm Monica Height.
And I'm Chelsea Duff.
And this week is a very exciting week. The patrons have made their voice heard. It's so
Democracy.
Beautiful. Do you feel that air, the wind of democracy just on your face, blowing through your hair? I hope you're enjoying that breeze because it's just for this week. And it's not
so
going to
nice.
happen again for another quarter.
Democracy, because we're
Ooh.
not experiencing it in our own government. So at least we get it here.
This is the closest you can get.
This is the closest you can get. And it will go back to a dictatorship next week. But we always keep your suggestions in mind. But this week we're doing it. And I'm super glad because I had an undue influence on the influencers. Okay, they're influencers now. Our patrons are influencers. I influenced the influencers because I've been wanting to do this movie on the pod for hella long. And this is why I am announcing it right now. And Chelsea tried to pull it from my cold, dead hands.
I thought about making a joke when we were recording, and then I was like, she's going to get really mad.
You can't do it.
And
yeah,
I saw you. And this week.
I saw you do a little thing at the end there. I saw some malice behind those eyes. Well, she can't do it now because I'm going to say it really fast. We're doing Eight-Legged Freaks. 2002 classic Eight-Legged Freaks horror comedy. And I'll just read that little log line for you right away. Venomous spiders get exposed to a noxious chemical that causes them to grow to monumental proportions. A lot of good words in that. Venomous, noxious, monumental. Proportions also just a nice word too. Also, something that I want to say that is important too on IMDb is that the first hashtag that is listed for this movie is kaiju.
When are we doing one of my favorite movies ever, Pacific Rim?
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be a fun Fifth Tuesday. It's a creature feature.
It is.
So it just counts in its own right. God, that was such a scene. God. Say what it's called again. Pacific Rim?
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim, the fandom for Pacific Rim was so popular around the same time that I was in like the Sherlock and the Doctor Who fandom. And they were like, I was like really in this world and people were like, Pacific Rim. And I was like, okay, I'm not all the way there, but Charlie Day was charming in it. So I get it. But it's not about Charlie Day right now. It's about me, David Arquette. If you're not watching, if you're not watching our YouTube channel, you're really missing out because I'm David Arquette right now, and I look exactly like him. It's kind of uncanny. It's kind of scary.
You do.
And don't think about how I also look exactly how I looked when I was Charlie from Twilight. Don't think about that.
But she's got the facial hair and everything, which remind me what Aunt Gladys says. It makes your mouth look like. Does anybody remember her exact words? She doesn't say a woman's vagina, but that's the takeaway.
A minge?
Oh yeah, the minge.
Does she say minge? I don't know. That's the word that came to mind. I don't really remember that part. What did you say this one was? This facial hair was called, Sydney?
A cum catcher.
Is that when it's in isolation?
I wish I had
though,
known.
or is that just when it comes right
this
up
is just
under?
This is just a goatee. But if you had it just like that, that would be a cum catcher. Just a little, or a
really
soul
savored
patch
it when she
is
said
what
it that
they're.
time.
A soul patch, a cum catcher. You know.
I'm gonna see what the line is, and then I'll let you know.
I gotta say that I think that the goatee's kind of hot.
Yeah, everybody was ragging on him, but then as soon as he shaved, I was like, that doesn't look as good. I mean, I guess I got used to it by the end of the movie, but when he immediately came on screen, I was like, he looked better before. Sydney, do you remember when Will Trent grew big beard and everybody was like, Will Trent big beard? He looks so hot
he was so
with it,
sexy with big
gotta go back to clean cut. And I was like, no.
No.
Why?
And Chelsea and I talked about that. I was pissed.
No.
We love a little facial hair, okay? Like, I don't get mad about a goatee because I like when a man makes a strong aesthetic choice. So often they do not. And so this is a choice that requires upkeep and grooming. So I have to respect it. I'm sorry. You don't have to agree. That's just how I feel.
Okay, she says, lose the face fuzz makes your mouth look like a stripper's crotch.
That's what she said. I remember when I heard that in the movie, I was like, what did she say? And then I couldn't find the remote to rewind it. That's so funny. Well, it's an honor to look like a stripper's crotch today on the pod. Something I've always aspired to be. But yeah, this movie, I've seen it a couple times before. It is just a silly, fun Y2K creature feature horror comedy. It's dumb and it's wonderful, and David Arquette is here to hold us in his arms, and thank God for that. But I'd seen it before. Had you guys seen it?
No.
No, and I really liked it, and I also prepped a joke just in case I decided to really bully Monica, where I was gonna be like, how come nobody ever mentioned this movie before? This is so fun.
Why have we never done this before?
How come nobody suggested this? This is a blast.
I'm gonna come to your house with my goatee on and fuck you up after this. Chelsea's
Beat
right.
me
Well,
up
actually,
like
honestly,
David Arquette beat up Sam Parker's husband.
exactly.
Movie reference.
I also have to say that by the end of this episode, the goatee will be off because I can feel it popping off right
Just
now.
like in the
so.
movie.
Just like, oh my God.
Oh
go
my
to the
God.
barber shop. Go to the barber shop in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's gonna. I'll naturally go to the barbershop. You see how it's lifting up here?
Yeah,
It's getting crazier and crazier as I talk. But
I'm
anyway,
so glad it was on for last week's trailer reaction. Not so
I know it's so crazy.
was
I've been
actually
wearing
really
it for a week.
imperfect.
It's actually because I grew in this. I cut my hair and I grew. I have the capacity to grow facial hair. So here you go. We joked about it with Morgan Freeman, and here we are.
And here
So
we are.
I'm standing on business. Anyway, here's some things to bring up. Did you know that Sydney is afraid of spiders?
Yeah, I was watching this and like if the spider is minding its own business, we're chill, right? Like I'm not gonna do it. If it comes in my way, I'm gonna kill it. Unfortunately, because also I read somewhere like if you have an indoor spider and you try to put it outside, it'll just die. So
the kind thing to do is a mercy kill. That's what you're saying?
Exactly. Like they'll never know. Smoosh.
I put it outside, and that way I figure it'll figure out how to get back inside, and then we'll do the same dance again next week.
But I got bit. Actually, I got bit one time by a jumping spider. Those little fuckers hurt. And
I'm scared
it left
of that
like
for you.
it left like these giant they're not like you're not gonna die, but it left these like huge bruises on my inner thigh. And my brother last year got
Horny.
bit by a black widow.
Oh God,
That's bad for you, I hear.
Yeah, like his whole like ankle got like they were everywhere at my mom's old house. I mean, like fucking everywhere. And he was just like walking in the yard, and his ankle got like really big and started to like bruise, and we had to like rush him to like the ER.
Yeah,
We-
because that'll like
Cancer
necrotize,
venom,
right?
You'll die. Like that'll kill you.
Okay.
Luckily, Parker's large, so like it wasn't gonna do it right away, but
He had some time.
So is the black widow the one that makes your skin dissolve, or that brown recluse?
that's a
I think
brown
both are
recluse.
That's
They're
a brown
bad,
recluse.
but a brown recluse will like eat
Makes your
your
skin
thing. And
eat.
those, when I was in Nashville, those were fucking everywhere, all over my house, like in the closets. It was awful. A lot of wolf spiders too, which aren't
Sorry.
poisonous, but they're big and scary and not chill.
Yeah, brown
Okay.
recluse is a spider with necrotic venom.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
okay.
I am not hugely scared of spiders anymore because I have grown into a girl who kills her own bugs these
So
days.
strong.
Thank you so much. It's because I'm butch.
Why am I complimenting you? You're not strong. Fuck you.
Can't resist my charm. But I like also in the beginning it's just like ugh, like it's just like giving you the heebie-jeebies. And then as the movie went on and they became big spiders that are not true to our lives, it was more bearable. Was that your experience as well, or was it like
Aragog
tough the whole time?
No, I hated it the entire time, and I have this like weird irrational fear of crickets.
No,
and so like that's how this movie starts,
dude.
That's how it starts, okay. And I was
lucky.
Ugh.
I really, really like bugs, a lot, but I don't want them like in my bed or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not loving them being in my house, and it's definitely there are parameters to this. But a bug that can jump, a bug that I cannot anticipate its next movement, which you'd think, okay, that's every bug. But some bugs just walk around, all right? And like a ladybug, it jumps, it flies, it's a ladybug, whatever. A beetle, it's fine. It's not that scary and it's not that big. But like a jumping bug, cockroaches that can fly, I can't do that shit. But I do love spiders so much, and I do particularly love jumping spiders because they are absolutely, positively the fucking cutest spider in the entire world. If you look at their face, I have fallen prey to all the TikTok videos where people have the jumping spiders as pets, and they zoom in on their face with the nice camera.
Hate them.
Like, you're so cute. They're little kitties. I see it in real life. I see them in real life sometime, and I look at their face really up close. For some reason, it's fine. Something that I just checked before Chelsea joined us. I was like rewatching part of the movie because I was like, wait, that was a jumping spider. What's a jumping spider look like actually? And then I was like, it's the cute one. And then I looked at it and I was like, they didn't even fucking make it cute. They must have made it look wrong. And then I looked at it and like, okay, it does look right. They did it right. But they didn't ever show its face real up close. So you couldn't see its like cute, like 6 eyes that it has, big googly eyes. And also the point was not to be like, spiders are so cute, don't you want to give them a hug? So I guess that's why. But I think it was, now that I'm thinking about it, a huge missed opportunity. Because I know we had the orb weavers in this movie. The orb weavers were the ones that the males take the prey and cocoon them and then drag them to the big sexy lady spider.
Miss Mama.
And then Miss Mama. And then she bites them and it liquefies their insides and she sucks it out with a straw and it's very sexy, like a smoothie. Okay, so that's partly the vibe. But like, imagine if they had a brown recluse spider or some spider with necrotizing venom, and like it's probably not accurate, but like if it bit somebody and they started like dissolving or something in front of us, that would have been such a good scare. And now I feel like it's a missed opportunity, but I found out there's several more spider horror movies, and so maybe they did it.
There's so many spider movies. They just keep going.
Immediately after this movie ended on Amazon Prime, sorry to be using that service, but it was my only option today. Immediately it started playing big ass
spiders. Me too.
I was like hearing something crazy while I was in the other room. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I came out and it's like this one guy who's been on every show that I can't remember his name. And then everybody was like on fire. And I was like, okay, we're not covering this one. I don't know what's going on. People are being burned. But yeah, I feel like this movie and Cold Storage are like holding hands a little bit. It's not the same thing, but like the whole like opening part, like showing the like chain of events that led to the jelly getting like the jelly. It's called that now.
Jelly.
The biohazard gelatinous ooze getting like thrown into the river and all the like little steps along the way, the Rube Goldberg machine that led to like this horrible incident happening reminded me of that. And I think
especially
that's part
with
of the
double time jump, like 1 week later, another one week later.
Yeah. It's super funny. And I think that's why I loved Cold Storage so much, because it felt like, you know, harkening back to these silly horror comedies that, you know, it's just a fun time, okay?
I don't gotta be so serious.
It don't gotta be so serious. Also, I forgot completely about. Oh, and let me get his name. The
David
entry point,
Arquette.
not David Arquette.
Guys, can you believe she
Harlan.
forgot David Arquette's name? That's crazy.
Oh, what'd you just call him? David Farquette? That's very
David
disrespectful.
Arquette. That's what I'm calling you this episode.
Fuck you. This episode, we're just gonna fight the whole time. Can't make me laugh that hard. I'm losing the mustache at a rapid pace.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody! We're fighting. The girlies are fighting.
St. Patrick's Day. Anyway, what I was gonna say, I'm obsessed with Harlan, the like conspiracy theorist radio show host. He's
Dougie
so funny.
Doug.
Yeah, Dougie Doug. He's so good. I forgot that he is like the entry point of the movie. Look at him. The mustache is so sideways. I'm so sorry. This is you should really watch the YouTube video for this one. Like I just love that concept of him having his like bootleg radio show in the middle of the desert from his cool Airstream trailer, and just like spouting this shit about aliens for years and years and years, and he actually like has a huge following. It's very reminiscent of Coast to Coast, which I love.
Yes.
But I think that was a really fun entry point. Helps you get a better understanding of this little community.
We just did like at work something for Coast to Coast, and I was like, I want it. That's my project.
Oh my god. I'm so glad it's still going. It's so awesome.
Is that the radio show that they played like in the credits of Strange Darling?
I think so, yeah.
Or did we just talk about it because it was like familiar?
I think I might have been like, was that Coast to Coast? But I don't know if it was.
There's probably something like based off of that at least.
Maybe. Yeah, the Coast to Coast is the like all night well, I don't know if it's all night, but it's like late night radio show about like alien weird shit, spooky things.
Yeah, because they were talking about like Bigfoot sightings or something. Maybe it's just
the radio show that
maybe
playing.
Not the credits. Then there's something in the credits was like an Easter egg specific to the film, but they're listing the couple,
the old
with
couple,
his face and her face.
Yeah, the old Ed Begley Jr. Is that
yes? Yeah.
Was that right? Whoa,
yeah.
Crazy! Wow, what just happened to me? Only David Arquette could help me get there. That was crazy.
And Barbara Hershey.
Yeah. It's such a silly movie. David Arquette is so unserious. He's so good at like playing stupid. Like he just makes this like one face that he makes us Dewey like 45,000 times where he's just like
yeah. I feel like he's more competent in this movie than he is as Dewey, at least usually. And I think part of that is also because he's not supposedly the trained officer here. You know what I mean? He is like...
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy. He's just freshly back in town. He worked in the mines with his dad before, but it's been a long time. But he, like... You're seeing him be competent at some things because you're not expecting him to be, like, good or an expert at them necessarily.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
But he also does the whole, like, cool guy thing where, like, he looks all hot and he's got the earring and he's got the mustache or he's got his goatee, his stripper's crotch goatee. But then, like, he has all these moments where he's incredibly not suave and smooth. Like there'll be these cool shots where he's like looking cool, and then he goes and tries to talk to Sheriff Samantha Parker even one time, and he literally can't say a word to her every single time. It's so funny. Like when he got when he went to give her the flowers, and then he like forgot to give them to her. I thought that whole bit, your pickle. I thought that whole bit the whole time was so funny. I thought I liked the payoff for that one too.
I also just think the entry point with the kids is fun. Like seeing Mike, him being part of the entry point to like what is going on was good. And just a small comment that I have about them so that I don't spend too much time on it. But that child, Mike, I had this thought even before I knew that his older sister was named Ashley, but her styling added in. That kid is so Toby Isaacs from Degrassi coded, and then it's like him and his older sister Ashley, who looks like Ashley from Degrassi early days before she goes goth. Like that vibe is them exactly.
That kid also to me looks like a teeny tiny Andrew Garfield.
Okay, it's so funny that we had all these thoughts because I was like, everyone here will agree with me that is child Milo Thatch from Journey to Atlantis. Or Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
Like,
so
that child
sorry.
is something.
That is Milo Thatch from Atlantis. He looks exactly the same. Same haircut.
Should we do all of our lookalikes right now?
Yeah. Put them side by side to eat.
He's giving Ali Michalka.
Yeah.
It was like crazy to me how much she was giving Ali Michalka. And there's that other guy. I was like, Ethan Embry 2 weeks, but that other guy is not Ethan Embry. His name is like John Story. He just looks so much like he could be played by a current day Ethan Embry.
Isn't like, the mom in Anaconda?
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
I only know that because I looked her up to be like, does she always look like Ali Michalka? But it's just this role.
Is it the curly hair?
That's definitely part of it, the styling. But she's Denise.
Oh my God.
And Anaconda.
Her IMDb picture is so Y2K. I'm obsessed with it. Oh, wow. Okay, why don't I remember her from Anaconda?
She dies relatively early on, I think. I feel like she might have had a little bit of a romance with what's his face?
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So funny. I also I love the entry point. I love that Mike's this little kid and he knows all the shit about spiders. But that opening part with what's his fucking name? Joshua. What? Let's talk about Joshua.
Let's talk about Joshua.
I mean, he's probably, I'm hoping that he's just kind of a weird guy, but like he was giving off some like really creepy vibes. I was like, I agree with Sheriff, maybe Jack.
The Sheriff Mom.
I agree with Sheriff Mom. I believe that maybe young Mike should not be hanging out alone with Joshua.
I don't know. I liked Joshua. I do think he is having some questionable spider handling practices because it really
I agree.
Didn't take much for that one spider to get out, but they had also started to become
superhuman
super
spiders.
Size, but they were larger than normal.
They were bigger.
Point. So maybe it had a different ability to get out of its enclosure than it normally would. I'm not sure. But there's a Reddit post recently that I saw where someone was being like, hey guys, I woke up in my apartment or whatever with like this crazy bite on my arm. Do you think it's like a bat bite? Should I go to the ER? And everybody was like, or they didn't know what it was. They were like, do you think this is a bite of some kind? And then everybody was like, that could be a bat bite. Go to the ER. You could have rabies. And this girl, it was a girl, she was being like, no, I don't know. And then eventually, through a series of questions, she was like, I guess I have like 42 pet spiders and a giant millipede. And it's occurring to me now that the giant millipede is not in its enclosure. And
well, then like, she should really go.
With that.
Girl, that's
she was like, well, I'm especially not going to go now because nothing I keep is venomous. And everyone was like, all right. You know what? You're making your own bed, and that's for you to lie in with your giant millipede who's escaped.
I thought that those millipedes were venomous, but I guess I was wrong. That's terrifying.
I don't think you should misspeaking about what the creature was, but
that's
I'm glad they're not.
Way, I would be terrified if there was a giant millipede loose in my home.
I would never want to keep bugs like this. One time, because like in LA, you'll get like tarantulas around all the time, and like so you would go hiking, and I was like hiking in somewhere near Malibu or something one time, and got chased, like actively chased by like a tarantula, because it was during mating season. It was so scary. Like, this is why I am not, I don't like the wilderness. I am not outdoorsy. I am outsidey, and I was trying something different. Never again.
Meanwhile, I just sent you guys 6 pictures of me from 2015 with, or no, it was 2014, with tarantulas crawling all over my arms.
No, thank you.
I
like, do I want to look?
They're cute. I have a cute hairstyle.
I was about to say, I love when your hair was like this.
That's what my hair is like, actually, underneath this wig right now. I worked on Big Brother, and there's spiders that were going to be used for something, and I don't even know if they ended up being used. And so I could never post these pictures because they're like, it's a spoiler. You have to wait until the show's over. So now they can finally be seen. Anyway, that was the season that Frankie Grande was on Big Brother, in case you want to know.
I did. Thank you.
No problem. I met him, and he's a very interesting and fun gentleman. And here's one other thing. You can cut this part out, Sydney, but that's just right after it, so I thought you should see it.
Wow.
I love, this is when Adam chipped his tooth, right?
No, it's not. This is actually a few years before that. This is our first Halloween together, and he's just drinking out of a tequila machine gun. Yeah. As one does.
Adam broke his tooth when y'all were Morticia and Gomez, right? Because it was like right before I had met y'all, because it was literally one of the first things that you told me, because we met in November and Monica was like, yeah, my boyfriend just busted his tooth. You want to see all the pictures? And I go, okay.
And who can say no?
It's a great way to lead. It's a great way to lead.
It worked on me.
So important. It's very important. Okay, anyway. Back to this movie. David Arquette. What other thoughts do I have? I'm just thinking about the spiders that could make people dissolve, like, in front of us. I guess that would have been a lot of CGI. And, like, this movie was made...
$10 million for CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That was, like,
they used a third of its budget on just CGI.
There was something on IMDb trivia that was like made for the low cost of only $30 million. And I was like, is that low cost? Especially for 2002?
2002?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not an expert.
That's what I saw too. I don't know. I mean, for the amount of visual effects in this, I honestly thought they looked pretty good. Also, like, obviously not super real, but like, I don't know, it wasn't like egregious. I thought it was pretty good.
There were some moments where it was clear they were using something practical on set, especially when it could just be like a dead body of a spider and not a moving alive spider. But I thought it looked, I mean, again, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not expecting it to look crazy realistic, and I don't ask that of a movie called Eight-Legged Freaks.
I will say, this is a movie that would have been fun in 3D.
Oh my god! Literally, one of my only notes was 4DX. Imagine like
that was my thought
little
too.
Like air spray by your ears. First of all, it'd be so scary.
Yeah, it would have been horrifying.
Made for 4DX. This movie was made
you're
for
like 4DX. Jumping with the spiders.
It would be so good in 4DX.
Do
like I would
a
die
re-release.
for that.
That's literally my only note, other than like, where could it be gayer and ideas for social posts.
That was literally
so fun in 4DX.
Dude, that was honestly my only thought that I had too. I was like 4DX. That's it.
Should we move on to segments then, or
yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's our only thought.
Show off my shorts.
And we're done here.
What else even happens? I liked the grandma lady.
Aunt Gladys.
Aunt Gladys. She was amazing.
She was so funny.
Wait, here's something. The segment with the cat.
Oh my God. That was one of my favorite things in this entire movie.
That was so, like, the movie is all very comical, but there's, like, some of it's kind of, like, more subtle and whatever. And then there's, like, that part, which was, like, a fucking cartoon. Like, it felt like Tom and Jerry. Yeah. Like, with the different, like, smashes through the plaster. That's crazy. That's so funny that they did that.
There's an IMDb trivia entry that says, when the cat is fighting the spider, you can hear the cat try kung fu, which I'm so curious about. 42 people gave it a thumbs up. 6 people gave that thumbs down. But I am like, does kung fu have a specific sound? I don't know enough about kung fu to say.
I feel like only in like the charged kind of way. You know what I mean?
All I know is about kung fu fighting. So who's to
Everybody
say?
was kung fu.
If you listen really closely, you can hear the cat singing that song. Yeah.
You can hear the cat go, ho, 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 ho. That's so funny.
But that wasn't.
It's probably the cat goes like, hi, or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was like, the Foley artists for this movie were going absolutely crazy. Like, I almost want to make like a TikTok being like 8-legged freaks Foley artists be like,
oh my God, you literally went so high pitched that your mic turned it off. Your mic cut off the sound. No, well, I see. Okay,
TikTok.
Dude, no, it's fine. Fucking, I watch this on my TV downstairs. I've been watching like everything on my iPad lately. I watched it downstairs. And someone had been working on my stove, and there's gas in my house, and so I had to have all the doors open. And so I couldn't fucking hear the little spider sounds.
Oh my God, they were crazy, girl.
Like I could hear they were insane enough, but I couldn't hear them like super well until I was just watching parts of it again up here, and it's literally like.
They're screaming like, the whole
they're
movie.
Screaming as little,
they're chatty.
Little freaky
they're running, they're screaming, they're going.
Which also gave me the heebie-jeebies.
I like that, actually. Personally, I'm interested in that, and I like what they're doing. I like that they're whispering. I like that as they get bigger, they can start speaking with a human cadence almost.
When they're small, the frequency of their vocalizations, it's too high for humans to hear. But as they get bigger, the bass gets lower.
It reminds me of hummingbirds, man. Hummingbirds, like, you're hearing hummingbirds scream at their top of their lungs, like, all the time, and you just don't know that that's a hummingbird, but they're fucking way louder than you'd expect them to be. And they're just, like all the time, like, just screeching at the top of their lungs at all times. Anyway, I'll point it out to you, and you'll be like, wow, they're so beautiful and majestic. And they're just, like,
and now they're just
screaming, like, literally like that. Like, it's so funny. So silly. Oh, when are we gonna do the birds? Why aren't there more good bird horror movies? Bird Box doesn't count. Maybe it does. I honestly don't remember why that's called Bird Box.
I never saw Bird Box.
It's fine, in my opinion.
It's like The Quiet Place came out.
I never saw Quiet Place.
Like, what if we did? Oh, Quiet Place is good. First one.
Quiet Place is better, and Quiet Place had like a theatrical release, and Bird Box was just Netflix.
Just on Netflix.
But it was one. I feel like it was one of the pandemic. First ones. It was before. I think it was just before, because I was house sitting. And Dylan Smith watched it with me. Shout out Dylan Smith.
Dylan Smith. His wife has my name.
That's true.
Messed up.
Yeah, I feel like it was one of the first ones where Netflix was like 100,000,000 people watched this in their homes this week, and it's like, cool. But it didn't really have a lasting cultural impact.
Well, it was A Quiet Place, but you have to close your eyes. You know what I mean? So yeah. They did a bunch of those. It was like, it's a quiet place, but you can't smell anything.
Everybody walks around with tampons in their nose.
Don't even get me started about my hippo whatever things.
Your
My father
happy
saw my
hippo.
happy hippo. My father saw us that I had a nosebleed during one of the things, and he was like, "That was unprofessional, Sydney. You can't just have things." So
Sydney,
he
tell
got
your
me
nose to stop bleeding.
Wasn't
literal.
that also exclusive content? How
I
did
think
you
it was
Yeah,
a
but we
see
trailer
posted.
it?
review. It's
It
just
was
a
a trailer review, so we like
but we did
we
the
posted it
clip
somewhere.
of
Oh,
preview.
the clip
Yeah.
for it. I was like, is he a patron? I do not. He is not a
He
patron.
supports us by looking at our social posts, but not by giving us $8.
Money, yeah.
But he does offer
fine.
constructive feedback, like
And tells me that I have a big nose.
You should get
Big.
professional grade nosebleed tampons, not just any old tampon.
I did. I was like, these just look like small tampons. And he goes, small tampon, big nose. I was like, thanks. I have my
Very
father's nose, and I'm
disrespectful.
constantly asking him for both of us to get a nose job so we can
so that they'd still be
get,
matching.
but they still have the same nose. And he goes, no.
This
I don't
is a
know.
powerful
It's my guts.
endorsement to become a patron, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. Join the Patreon.
Patreon.com/spooky
Spooky Tuesday.
Tuesday.
You could have helped pick this movie, and you can see Sydney's nosebleed in full effect.
Yeah.
You can see
And
real blood.
real
live.
blood.
Yeah. We really commit over here.
We're not fucking around, you guys. Oh, she's going to the barber shop.
Oh no. For free.
Let's talk
The
about the
face
barber
fuzz.
shop.
Floyd and Larry? What was the other one's name?
Gay.
Oh, 100% husbands.
100%.
That's one
Oh
of
my
my
God,
notes under my how
It's
could it be gayer
just
section.
it's just like when David Arquette shaves off his mustache and he looks ugly. I look terrible now. All my riz is gone without the mustache. It's horrible. Ugh, I'm crushed. Okay, it's fine. I've moved
Leroy.
past it.
Leroy was the other barber.
Leroy.
And when
I love
Leroy
them.
died, because Leroy refuses to watch the TV more quietly to preserve his hearing so that he can hear his husband say, "I love you, good night."
Mhm.
I was like, wow, then Floyd must survive to go on to start Floyd's Barbershop, which is a chain of barbershop. I don't know if it's national or if it's just California.
Mhm.
But sadly Floyd didn't make it either. So hopefully they're reunited in the afterlife.
I believe.
Barbershop heaven.
Barbershop heaven. It's tough with movies like these because there are so many fun little side characters that you see for 5 seconds that I'm like, I want them to survive. But it's like, no, they gotta go the way of the Kung Fu Cat, unfortunately.
Oh.
Like the two guys on the bike that were like making fun of the guy who peed himself.
I mean,
and then
opposite them,
one
I
gets
didn't
like
care about their survival, but I did like their death scenes.
AKA Logan Huntsberger.
Yeah.
AKA Carrie from The Good Wife.
He's in The Good Wife?
Main
That
character.
guy's name is Matt. Oh.
Go ahead, give it a try.
Shush. How do you say C? Oh, it's like Sar. Sutry. That's
Can
it.
you look it up?
Czuchry. He plays Brett in this movie, who, by the way, he looks very hot in the motocross type, like mock neck shirt that all the motocross guys wear. Really good look for him. But he is my least favorite boyfriend from Gilmore Girls. So, what are you gonna do? So that was a
Matt
fun cameo.
Zuckery is what
Zuckery.
the internet is telling me.
I guess.
But I didn't
Okay.
easily quickly find a
Zuckery.
video of him saying his own name, so we'll never know for sure.
That makes sense. It's like Czar is like, what's it? Well, I guess that's a TS. I've seen people spell it CZ, so I don't know why I thought Czar. But yeah, I liked, yeah, that whole subplot with Wade and him. So, like, basically, Wade created the mall, right?
If you build it, they will come.
That was so funny. Does anybody here watch Field of Dreams?
I'm sure I have watched it 1,100 years ago, but
any good Christian girl would have watched it. My dad made me watch that shit so many times. It's like a Christian parable family movie from the 90s. And
I feel like my dad was telling me the plot to Angels in the Outfield earlier this year, and I was like, if you build it, they will come. But different, slightly different.
I'm definitely I'm completing the two of them 100% right now. But I'm pretty sure if you build it, they will come is also. I think that's also Christian. They're both Christian. It's about baseball, so it's about Christianity.
Baseball, America, Christianity. It's simple as that.
1, 2, 3, A, B, C. It's easy. Anyway. Now I'm not sure which one says if you build it. If you build it, they will come. I think it's Field of Dreams, and it's not the angels coming. It's not the angels coming.
Not the angels coming.
Field of Dreams. That's a golf movie, Veronica.
We're not talking about golf here. This is an anti-golf podcast.
Yeah. Anti-turf.
Anti-turf, yeah, true. But it's becoming pro tennis. I might start doing tennis. Bad.
Tennis
is horny. Tennis is horny.
I was just at a tennis. My evil doppelganger was just at the tennis event.
Actually, we're just talking about this before this
tennis.
episode.
Adam took a tennis lesson over the weekend. I have been playing racquetball. Sorry about that.
I play pickleball quite frequently, so same thing.
Pickleball is the enemy of tennis, Sydney.
It's the same thing.
I don't care. I think it's fine. It's more accessible tennis.
The tennis players would beg to diff.
All the tennis players like to play
They're
pickleball
sad that their courts
down
are being
here.
converted.
So. That I do think is fucked.
That I think is fucked up.
I was like, you should have, like, you need both.
Porque no los dos. Let's just be smart about this.
I also just want to say that I said that on a dating app to a guy because he said something and I said, Porque no los dos, and he goes, I don't speak French.
Declined.
I didn't respond, but so now every once in a while I'm constantly being like, I don't speak French.
That's so fucking funny. That's hysterical. What were we talking about with the movie?
Eight-legged freak. Oh, the mall.
He built the mall.
He built the mall.
An ostrich farm.
Ostrich farm. Sustainable meat.
That's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say.
I almost wore my Ostrich Land t-shirt, but instead I'm wearing my Small Mining Town, Arizona t-shirt.
God, I want an Ostrich Land t-shirt.
I'm wearing my Zion National Park t-shirt, but that's just because it's gray and it's a man's shirt.
I'm wearing green because it's definitely 4th of July. I'm Irish. This is my holiday.
Whoa.
It's because she's been watching the Pit, I think, too much. Maybe.
I'm sorry. Can I tell you something that just happened?
Yeah.
What?
I sang the Star Spangled Banner or whatever. I was just singing 3 Cheers for the Red, White, and Blue. And I sang it for so long that a pop-up came up on Zoom that said, "Are you playing music?"
You sound really professional. Are you playing music?
It literally said, "Are you playing
Did
music?"
you start
Now it says, "Set up
Wait,
professional audio in audio settings."
Oh,
Wow.
no, that one's kind of offensive to your mic, actually.
Yeah.
It thought that I was just playing it out loud.
Do you need a professional mic? Because you don't have one. That's what it said.
Well, I need 2 mics, one for my voice and one for my guitar.
The band.
And here's Wonderwall.
Oh, you know what? That goatee is giving Wonderwall without the mustache.
It's really giving Wonderwall. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Okay, sorry.
Wade
what
built
I was
them
trying
all.
to say earlier. You built the Wonderwall. Trapdoor spiders. That's the sickest part of this movie because that shit's real and it's so crazy. They
That's
like
what not
burrow.
Ethan Embry with the ladder to climb over one.
This movie
like,
is like what I think Australia is like in real life.
Oh my god!
You know
no,
what?
that's
With
true.
that desert setting, you're onto something.
It's just like these are the size of the spiders in Australia. I've been.
That's what the outback looks like to me.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like the trade-off? Is that why like so many Australians are really hot? Because like
they're
have
hot,
to deal
they're
with
fun,
the horrors.
They party.
Yeah, they have to deal with all the horrors.
They have to party to deal with all the horrors.
And they can only stay like on the coast. But even then, you can't get in the water. You've got sharks, you've got crocodiles, you've got killer jellyfish.
In the ocean?
Yeah, the water.
Crocodiles in the ocean?
Yes, saltwater crocodiles, babe. They're terrifying.
That is a thing. That is a thing. There's piranhas. I made that up. That's not true.
That's in the Amazon.
Scaly.
If any other place besides the Amazon could have them, it would be Australia. So
I know it would.
But yeah, the
South
trapdoor
Pacific?
spiders I'm like so obsessed with. They're also called why is it this Tizenidae Tenizidae CT. How do you do that? How do you do CT? CTENIZIDAE. That's the name of those spiders. It's really hard. I can't even. Oh,
I can't say things.
Tenacity. Tenacity.
Just call them cutie little beans.
They're not cute. They're really scary, actually. They're actually the Tenizidae.
Like Christine Daae. Like an Easter.
I don't know. Either way, they're fucking terrifying. And I don't understand how they work. But they like literally, like, what's the little door? How they make the door that's on top of the trap door? Like, it's very impressive. They're architects.
All spiders are architects.
When they made these spiders big, I Googled, are spiders smart? And they are.
Spiders.
There's the spiders are super smart. And that is what is scary about them getting big, because Google said, Google AI, sorry to use Google AI, but it is what pops up. It says, yes, spiders are surprisingly intelligent, exhibiting behaviors like learning, complex problem solving, and planning. And so if you make them big, they're a real threat. It's not like they're mindless, you know what I mean? They're hunting you.
I don't want spiders
this movie's
to know things.
The jumping spider is known for its ability to plan detours and solve problems to hunt other spiders. They can associate specific scents or signals with food and adjust their behavior based on experience. So that's a fun nod for the perfume thing that pops up in this movie later.
Oh, I loved the perfume thing. I love that. I love the showdown in the mall too. I think that any horror movie that ends with a showdown in the mall is important.
I will say, I mean, not that we didn't see a lot of webbing in this movie, but they used the webbing, the orb weaver spiders used the webbing to catch their prey, like spitting it at them, but nobody ever got like stuck in a web in the traditional sense that you think of with the spider. So that's maybe a missed opportunity. Because whenever anybody encountered all that web, they just kind of like tore it down super easily.
Yeah, but then also like they were squirting it at them. It's with such velocity that it was like knocking their weapons out of their hands and like throwing them against the wall. So that was pretty funny.
Did you know that some studies suggest certain spiders have a rudimentary ability to count or at least distinguish between different numbers of prey? So now
they're so cool, dude. They're so cool. They're so scary, but they're so cool.
They give me the heebie-jeebies.
I think it's.
I'll get a real website.
2 things that are bad is that the spiders could get big, or you could get really small, and both ways.
And then the spider would be big.
Have you seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
I sent a trailer in our Discord. Once again, shout to our patrons and be a patron if you'd like to hang out with us. There's a new TV show called The Miniature Wife. And I'm like, I need to watch that because it looks like that movie. What was that movie called? Shrinking or something? I know there's a TV show that's about therapy. But there was that movie about making things small, but then it was like, anyway, we're not talking about that anymore for like the second half of the movie. Shrinking movie. Matt Damon. Downsizing. Huh. Anyway, I'm hoping The Miniature Wife is what I wanted downsizing to be.
Say again.
I'm hoping that The Miniature Wife is what I wanted downsizing to be.
Yeah, the concept of getting very small.
Because there's a moment in that trailer where she's like fighting a bug with a thumbtack.
Yeah. It reminds me of The Borrowers too. Remember The Borrowers? I love The Borrowers.
Yeah, I like them.
I just remember Honey, You Shrunk the Kids, and there was like, oh, there's a daddy long legs. I don't know if this is true. Actually, maybe I'm making this up. Where's the thing where they're like daddy long legs? Or maybe this is true. Daddy long legs are actually super venomous, but their mouths are so small that they can't bite us, and so
That
it's not a
sounds
problem.
familiar.
I've
And
heard
then
it, but
they got
I
small, and then
do not
you
know if
fucking
it's real
die.
or not.
I'll double check right now. Continue talking about something else, and I'll make sure I didn't just lie to you. Daddy long legs venom.
Uh-oh, bad news. But I'll let you say it, Monica.
It's not true.
Well, Burke Museum. I don't know what this is a museum of, but it's myth. The daddy longlegs has the world's most powerful venom, but fortunately its jaw's fangs are so small that it can't bite you. Fact. This is a full-fledged urban legend with no basis in fact whatsoever.
Oh man! Wow, we're debunking them live
Wow, look
right
at us,
now.
Mythbusters.
Mythbusters with Google.com. It's pretty crazy. Okay.
Scarlett Johansson is in this movie. Baby ScarJo.
I know this.
Black
Okay, we're
Widow.
same brain. That's
Right?
exactly what I was gonna say. Yes, that's informative of Black Widow, and also I think that this role prepared her for her role in Jurassic World.
Running from the creature.
Running for big creature. That's there. Like I saw her in Eight-Legged Freaks, and I know she can do it.
She's
also
such a
loved
star.
her styling in this. She looks so cutie. I love
Yeah,
that
this
necklace.
might be maybe one of my favorite movies she's in.
I love her hair. I love that hair length is like so perfect.
Very 2002.
Yeah,
I love
perfect
the phone scene at the beginning because like that is such like a time thing where you would just unplug it from the wall and it would stop working.
Yeah, that shit was so funny. That was genius.
He sneaks in to call Joshua. He's trying to warn Joshua about the water that has had toxic waste in it. And now no wonder the crickets are making the spiders supersized, but he's already too late.
It's just a little too late. Oh, it's so sad. He's just a child with a weird adult friend, and he wants to protect him. Like, it's such a sweetie cutie. And he's always like, they never listen to the kid. They never listen to the kid. Right, no one's listening to him.
They don't.
Which is why it was nice later on when David Arquette was like, tell him, Mike.
Yeah, that was great. And I also love, like, I don't know. I feel like the parallel to that is also them going to the radio show. What's his name?
Harlan.
Yeah.
Harlan's radio show to like make the announcement to everyone because like nobody takes him seriously, but they know that everybody is listening still.
Right. And they're like, everybody's listening, but nobody cares.
And the phones are down because Matt Zuckery led the spiders on a chase in front of big 18-wheeler that exploded, gas tanker or whatever. Blew up the phone lines.
Very pleasant to watch. I was like, big
that was
explosions,
fun.
Spider goo everywhere. I was like,
big
wow,
boom.
yeah.
And then he stands
and then
watching for so long, and I
motocross.
said, "Girl, you gotta get out of here."
I know.
They're still coming, girl.
I know, and he's like motorbike in the fucking.
The worst
I love the
place to
subplot
flee.
too. I love the subplot of like the hidden gold in the mines. This is so silly. Like the ancient hidden gold in the mines, and then like they fucking what's her name? Gladys finds it like as soon as she's rescued. It's so fucking funny. There's just so many hokey ass things in this. Like I think it's really, really, really funny. I think some of the jokes, like I think it's subtler than I think it should be at times, if that makes sense. If you know what I'm saying, like it's not as like overtly slapstick at all times like some horror comedies are, which can be a good thing and also can be a bad thing where like I felt like it dragged in time in some points because it wasn't just like laugh out loud hysterical the whole way around, but like I still loved what they were doing. I still loved it.
But there's a lot of good little jokes. Like there's a moment at the mall where one mannequin like falls on another mannequin to look like it's going down on it, and then they just like cut away from that really quickly. They're just like, anyway,
there's a JK.
just a little something for the people at home.
That I love the like I see dead people reference from the parrot. I thought that was cute and funny.
He loves that movie.
He just loves that movie. I don't like how many animals died. I don't like that the doggy died too.
No.
And the parrot
Brucey.
and the kung fu cat. Not fair.
Yeah. Another good line that I did like, though, is to go back to the Matt Zuckery chase scene right before that, right before he gets tased in the balls, pees his pants, which is
deserved.
Sorry to men who that upset their balls, but don't be a sex pest. Yeah. Don't pressure your girlfriend, and it won't happen to you. But when she was like, my mom was right about you. Do you know how embarrassing that is? I liked that line.
That was really funny.
So fucking good.
She's like, you're proving my mom right of all people? This is like the worst thing that could happen to a teenage girl.
Right? How dare you?
Yeah, I also thought like the brief time that we had with the family, like, gave you a lot of good context. I just liked how they wrote that fight between Scarlett Johansson and the mom, Sheriff Mom.
Sheriff Mom.
Where ScarJo just like comes for her life and was like, I'm getting out of this town. I'm not gonna get knocked up at 16 and stay here my whole life and be a loser or whatever the fuck she said. It was like so fucking mean. And then the mom was like, well, I didn't deserve that. I feel like there's always like those bitchy comments with kids, and there's never like that type of a response from the parent. And so I was like, well, that was refreshing. Just like, hey, remind your child that you're a human person.
Yeah, it was really your child.
Breathing person, and you just said something absolutely vile and horrific right now. Oh my god.
And then she goes, okay, wait, I want it. Can you give me the the taser back? I'm asking. Yeah. So I
want to bedazzle a taser. What do we think?
Ooh. I bet you can buy one that comes pre-bedazzled, but if you need it customized to your liking, I think that's a beautiful journey for you.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
I want to do it by myself.
I bet they put a pink tax on it if you buy it already bedazzled.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, be an extra hundy at least.
Buy a boy black one for boys, and then bedazzle it and pink rhinestones yourself. Save $20.
Perfect.
Except for the rhinestones are gonna cost you $20.
That's fine. It'll give me something to do.
So it'll shake out in the wash. It's all perfect.
I love that. I love everything with Harlan, and I love when he's like, I won't believe that there's giant spiders. And David Arquette's like, you'll believe in aliens, but you won't believe that there's these giant spiders. He's like, no. And then they're like, okay, the spiders are aliens. And he's like, the spiders are aliens.
The spiders are aliens.
Also, his obsession with the anal probe.
What's going on there?
Doth protest too much, I think.
But he was funny when he was talking about the ostriches, being like, oh, just everybody go ahead and bury your head in the sand like an ostrich. Guess what? That leaves your ass up, ready to be probed.
That's shit.
We're having a good time.
He literally jumped off a building to avoid being probed, so he's really serious.
Let it happen a little bit. It's not that bad.
He's not into butt stuff, and that's his prerogative.
Boo!
Sydney, did you know that you have a spider on your leg in this art of ours?
I do, and it's fine.
I just looked at it and I was like, whoa. This is my mouse pad.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm jealous. You have so many cool fucking things. Chelsea has all the best merch because she just makes her own random shit.
Here's my can opener, my Spooky Tuesday can opener.
That shit's
bottle
crazy.
opener.
That's crazy.
Here's my
By the end of this episode,
Here's my deck of playing cards.
Okay, that I am really jealous of. I want that.
I want a deck of playing cards.
Okay, what else do we want to talk about with this one?
I know we already talked about the scene at the mall, but I liked how they're like, arm yourself with whatever you can. And they're all finding fun stuff. And I thought that was a good moment where they had some like other horror references. Like I don't know that Jason has ever used a chainsaw because I've only seen one Friday the 13th, two Friday the 13th movies because we saw Jason X. But with the hockey mask and the chainsaw, that felt like a fun reference. And there's like a lot, there's a lot going on in that scene of like what people are grabbing and using. That is a good time.
I love all the jokes too, like about that crowd being just a bunch of fucking idiots too, where she's like, okay, everybody get ready, and they don't do anything, and she's like, get ready,
like,
and then
what are we doing?
Like, turn on all their things, and then like they're walking into the mines, and Mike's like, not that way, go this way, like follow us. It's so funny. Like they're just truly blithering idiots.
I like Mike's little like video recorder thing that he's taking his notes.
Yeah.
It never really comes around in a meaningful way. But it's a cool gadget.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? Like, where is that a thing? This is my kitty. I on the quotes for this movie right now, and there's a quote that says, get your furry cat ass out of there. And so I'm going to say that to this one now.
Okay, I like Pete, who is that guy who says that, the deputy.
Deputy Pete,
And he's fun and funny. And I'm glad his wife left him because that meant that she's just not even involved in any of the spider drama. She got out while the going was
she
good.
got out.
Yeah. But also he deserved that. Like, sir, I'm sure you're tired after a day at work, but I don't think there's that much happening in this town sheriff deputy wise. And I think you need to finish your home projects, especially putting a grate on the open hole in the wall. Not that he could have anticipated that there would be giant spiders around, but the cat has gotten in there before. Like, that should be priority number one.
For a cat to be.
Truly,
it should be asbestos in there.
Especially IMDb trivia said, don't know if this is true, but IMDb trivia said that the cat did not die from kung fuing with the spider. It said, like, you could hear it chomp on the cat was obviously winning the fight against the spider. Unfortunately, it accidentally electrocuted itself on the limp power line. It gives meow of defeat. That's what it says on IMDb trivia.
Oh my
12 people gave that a thumbs down. Only 9 people gave that a thumbs up.
The trivia is really special for this
one.
Trivia
is
really robust.
One. It's like, if you want to know what guns and cars were involved, this is a great place for you. And other than that, I think it's just random people who are like, you can hear the kung fu.
My favorite piece of trivia was that this movie was originally called Iraq Attack. And
which they do say earlier.
Yeah, Joshua says they call it the Iraq Attack. And that was supposed to be like the reference. Like later on when we get David Arquette going, get out of here, you 8-legged freaks. I love it when they say the name. It's so important. I don't know if he said get out of here. I'm sorry. I don't know what he said.
He improvised that line, and then they took the title from his improv. 8-legged freaks was allegedly not in the script at all.
He's a fucking genius. That's my man. That is my man who is also a wrestler. Let us not forget about his wrestling career. His story.
I do think it is kind of wild that he was 31 in this movie, which means like he was only like 25 when he did Scream.
He's so baby in Scream.
I know. And he's so baby in this.
Yeah.
I know.
Which they are able to pull off with that one singular line being like, the sheriff had her baby at age 16. And so she's still young and hot, hottest sheriff around, if you believe the motorcycle kids. Or the motorbike kids. But
I agree that she's probably wearing a thong.
And I think that's important to comment on.
I do.
I don't think they should have said it like that, but
but they're using their scientific brain to make a hypothesis, and that should be encouraged, but privately.
Not in front of that woman's daughter. Oh wait, no, she wasn't there at that point, but still. Messed up. My wig is really starting to bother me. What if I just take all of it off by the time that's
Yeah.
It's so itchy. Anyway, what else?
Another trivia, just because I'm still looking at it, and I have questions for you guys about this because 65 people marked it helpful and only 6 people marked it unhelpful. It says when a major spider attack happens, the theme playing is a play on the song "Eensy Weensy Spider." Is that the same, or this is my question to you? Is that the same or a different song than "Itsy Bitsy Spider"?
I feel like it's got to be the same, but
I feel like somebody must have written this wrong. Maybe it's cultural. Maybe it's one of those like oral tradition things that it's like, it's called a dozy dough on the West Coast, but it's called a lemon playful, or I don't know. I'm making up Girl Scout cookies names. Dozy dough's a real Girl Scout cookie, but I don't. You get it. Just like the East Coast West Coast divide.
Okay, no, I had this conversation with Alex the other day. She called me and woke me up at like 8 a.m. on a Sunday.
Spider?
No, just wait. Patience is a virtue. You would know if you would watch Field of Dreams. You would have gotten those Christian values instilled in your heart. Anyway,
I'm never having Christian values
the plot to
instilled in my heart.
Outfield, basically the same thing.
It's so different. You wouldn't know because you've never seen it. Anyway, no, she called me and she was like, "Okay, what are the words to Down by the Banks?" And you know that like Girl Scout like things are the hanky panky where the frogs jump from bank to bank, where the eeps ops soda pop. Hey, Mr. Willie, and he went curb pops. Yeah,
there you go. Boom
everywhere.
Chickadilly.
Boom Chickadilly is fun. I heard some absolutely stupid ones. Alex sent me all these videos of these other girls doing it from other places, and parts of it don't rhyme at all. And I was like, "What's the point of a song if it doesn't rhyme?" It was maddening. I was furious.
Long. Ours just went eeps ups, oops ups, flipped off the lily pad. You're out, and you would do like the that's how you would like.
Version.
Yeah, it wasn't
like on the record. I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
Like the bubblegum in a
dish.
It,
how many
it was one of those.
Do you wish? Yeah.
And then it was just a way to get people out. That's what we did that with.
Oh, we had like a whole thing.
It was like you get out on the curb flop, and then we smaller the circle, but smaller.
Yeah, so that's why it stayed small. Eeps ups, oops ups, slipped off the lily pad. You're out. You're done, bitch.
Why not slipped off the lily
and he
pad
went curb flop. It doesn't even rhyme.
Fucked up.
Kerplop doesn't rhyme either.
Eeps ops,
oops, soda pop.
Whatever you said.
Hey, Mr. Willie,
and
you went curb
flop. Eeps ops, oops ops. What'd you say?
Eeps ops, oops. Like slipped off the lily pad, you're out. Like, why would they have a soda pop? They're frogs.
This is wrong. Daphne's upset too, just for the record. She's sitting on the stairwell like this.
Playing this game for years, and she always says "Boom Chickadilly," and I know because she and I've been playing.
That's not.
Whenever Monica's out of town, and I go over.
How dare you teach my child something so wrong? Okay, Boom Chickadilly I'm not upset about because that sounds fun to say. I'm upset about everything else though. Anyway, see, this is what you get, patrons, when you give us an hour and 30 long minute horror comedy that's very silly. Then we just talk about other shit for 90% of the time. There's just like I have a lot of feelings about it, and they're all like, that was fun and it was good, and I had a fun time. And David Arquette is cute.
I want this movie in 4DX.
I wanted it in 4DX super bad.
I would pay money for it. You know how I don't like to do that. I would do.
I know she never wants to go with me because she's like, I already pay subscription, and I'm like, oh, so you hate fun? Yeah,
I do hate fun because I'm fucking so broke right now. Because it's like $30.
Yeah,
and I can also go for free.
But have you heard about paying $30
for free?
What about a fun time?
That sounds crazy. I don't know about that.
You know what? A ticket to Universal Studios is $100 million these days. So ticket to 4DX movie, it's a steal, really, if you contextualize it.
I'll do it quarterly. How about that? Once a quarter, you can get me in there. Wait till I have a job. I have more job now, so maybe I'll have 40x money, if you know what I mean.
It all depends on what the movie
I just
is.
got promoted too, so promoted to
say,
40x once a quarter.
40x is always fun, but it's not always necessary. And I say that as Mrs. 40x. So,
like, if there's a certain movie, like this movie, my ass would be in the seat.
Yeah.
100%. It would be so good.
This movie
but
was
like,
made
meanwhile,
to be 40X.
I also saw Final Destination Bloodlines in 40x, and that was so much 40x that I was satisfied for the whole year. Like, I didn't need to go again because I 40x to completion in that film because it was so stressful.
It was really stressful.
Funny. I don't remember that one being like particularly 40x of all the 40x movies I've seen.
I was flavor blasted.
That's true. You guys were locked in.
We were locked and loaded.
Blasted, so it was a terrifying experience.
Avatar, the most recent Avatar movie, that was made to be a 40x movie because you're like flying, you're swimming.
For 4 fucking hours? I would throw up. No one should experience that for 4 hours.
I saw the second Avatar in 40x and was unaware that it was 40x. And it was the way of water. Water in your face. I had to turn off the water feature. I was like, no, thank you. And then I was with one of my childhood, her friend, her daughter picked it out, and she would lean over and push my water button on, and so we would fight all the time, and I wouldn't notice, and all of a sudden water would hit me in the face. I was like, no.
Water world.
To circle back to Harlan a little, because he is that bitch. I mean, we've talked about him not buying into the conspiracy theory at all. I do think there's something to the idea of, his whole thing is the government is lying to you. And so for the government to come and be like, here's what's happening, even though it should be right up his alley, it's like, well, now you're trying to distract me from something else, which is why you're telling me crazy tall tales. So I think that is totally valid of him to be skeptical. But I also just loved the view of the diner as we see them, that the mic gets left on as the trailer gets attacked and they're running away and everybody's just listening, being like, trying to decide is this a really committed bit or he got the sheriff in on it, that's never happened before. But also it would be legendary, and our man loves to put on a show. And to just watch them as everything is heading towards them down the street. I thought that was a really cool thing to happen. And I liked that he got the epilogue for this movie too. Although I really thought the epilogue was going to be David Arquette bringing breakfast in bed to Sam Parker after all of the mentions of, how ladies love breakfast in bed.
Oh, that would have been cute too. I loved the fucking.
It could have been them listening to the radio show, eating breakfast in bed while he's doing it. Oh, missed opportunity.
That would have been good.
Yeah, that would have been really good. That would have been really good. But yeah, I mean, I loved also when Sheriff Mom, David Arquette's finally trying to say his piece because he might die, and she's like, I already know. Your dad's filled with
I already know.
Blah, blah, blah. Takes the words out of his mouth, and he's like, "Oh, that was easy." That shit was so funny. I just loved that whole thing.
She's like, "Now do you have to do it now?"
And that's why she's been cutting him off this whole time too, because she's like, "Girl, I know, and we don't have time, and we also don't have time to get into the fact that I know. So can we just deal with the spiders first?" But then he's like, "I'm about to do suicide mission down here in these mines full of methane gas." Which we've set up earlier in the film, which is how the gold ties back around too, because everybody's like, your dad's delusional. He was hallucinating down there with the methane gas. So I thought it was actually very smartly done in a way.
I agree. Oh, was the gold real or was he insane? It's real, baby. It's beautiful, and
there's gold in them hills.
Blew up.
And, whatever happened to the gold, that's another story. But 3 sparkling gold teeth in Harlan's mouth right in the front.
Yeah, the whole town became fucking dirty, filthy rich.
Prosperity, Arizona, you're damn right it is.
Hell yeah. That's amazing. It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful story about a hardworking community. If you build it, they will come. You know what I mean? And the they is spiders.
There was one other horror reference in here, according to IMDb trivia. I think it's when the spiders are running down the street towards the mall, maybe, when Wade is out there. And someone says, "They're here! They're here!" And that's a reference to Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which is actually so interesting that you brought up Cold Storage earlier, because that's the one where he was reading the book. And that's from the 56 one. So not the version that we covered, which is from the 70s. Although I think there's a reference to that in the beginning of the Invasion of the Body Snatchers 70s version. But
also, it does give a little killer clown when they're in the cotton candy.
When they're like revealing the faces.
Yes. Yeah. That I was thinking that too. Like I just made me miss that movie so much. This whole movie, like I had a great time. I loved it. Made me want to watch one of those fucking Sci-Fi Channel Memorial Day weekend creature
Ice
feature
spiders
marathon. Oh, I want to watch those so bad. I'm probably gonna throw on a few tonight. Yes.
Croctopus.
Oh, mega shark versus giant octopus. That one fucked. There's one I've seen a clip for on Instagram a whole bunch of times where this woman had sex with a shark and she gave birth to shark human hybrid babies. And then they started eating everyone right away.
Actually, I feel like I've seen that. Yeah. She's like in the raft.
She's in the raft. And they're like, "Did you have sex with the shark?" No.
No.
No. Then what are these sharks with arms coming out of you right now? So stupid. I love dumb shit, man. I love it.
Yeah, not to skip ahead to knives or anything, but that was one of the things I was thinking when I was watching this movie. I was like, I am having fun, but this would be a very fun Friday night pizza movie night with friends movie.
Yes. Yes, that is
this is a sleepover movie for sure.
Yeah, like I'm laughing out loud on my own, but imagine you're squeezed onto a couch under a blanket with like 5 friends.
We should do another movie night soon where we watch dumb stuff. We had a movie night recently. We watched Twinless, and that is not dumb. It's fun, and it's genius, and it's beautiful.
But I was thinking about that time we watched Slither, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, why didn't we watch 8-Legged Freaks? Not that Slither doesn't have its own charm, but...
Slither is the same thing as this movie, except for the little worm goes
like
in that girl's vagina or something, or whatever, and it's upsetting.
But ScarJo's in a towel post-shower in this movie, so it's kind of similar.
Exact same thing.
I didn't really need that, but that was fine. It was fine.
You
know how teenage girls be showering.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah, exactly. Okay, any other thoughts on the ending before we move to our segments?
Did you feel like Matt Zuckery and Scarlett Johansson meaningfully resolved their conflict? Like, were they back together, or was there hope of them getting back together, or do you think it's over for them?
I hope
there's some like acknowledgement of each other, but
prejudice I have.
I feel like it's small town, so they'll probably get back together, you know, like
until she like goes off to college because she's not getting stuck there pregnant at 16 working some loser sheriff job.
Exactly.
But neither is he. I think he'll try and get out too.
I love that Aunt Gladys survived in her little cocoon and they were able to get her out.
They like literally light on fire. They're like engulfed in flames and they're still fine.
Yeah.
That's badass.
When you move through fire faster, it's like the people who like leap through fire. If you go fast enough, it doesn't count.
Also, I know like this movie has a lot of CGI, especially like with the spiders and all the bugs and stuff like that. But I did like some of the practical effects with the bodies and stuff that you could like see.
Yeah, like the shriveled Joshua, the shriveled, like all those dudes.
The miner who sucked all the spiders, and then you see him later. That one, I went because you know you eat spiders in your sleep at night every year.
Is that real or is that just a Snapple cap?
No, I think that's real.
You choose to
feels
believe
real
that's
to
real. I
me.
choose to believe it's not real. So guess what?
Yeah, I
Spiders
unfortunately
George,
believe that is
etc.
real.
Spiders George, who lives in a cave, etc. He's an outlier and should not have been counted.
I just Googled, do you
That is
eat
this
spiders?
guy in this movie. That's Spiders George.
Mm.
Okay. I Googled, do you eat spiders? And
Mhm.
AI overview talked to me like we're having a conversation for the first time, which I didn't know it could do. It said, as an AI, I do not eat. But
Oh.
humans in various cultures do eat spiders. I wasn't talking to you.
Girl, stay on focus, please.
This isn't about you.
I'm upset. I'm upset. I don't and I can't find out if we eat spiders because AI is making it about her.
Spiders in their sleep.
But here's a fun fact.
University of Nebraska Medical Center. Let's see. The odds are against it.
Good.
Good.
Spiders want nothing to do with humans. Not in my experience of this movie, sweetie.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So this whole website debunked.
Debunk myth busted.
Busted. We just busted myths.
Open,
all
moist mouth.
episode.
Your open, moist mouth isn't appealing to a spider. What a beautiful way to describe your mouth. Also like a stripper's crotch.
My open, moist mouth would definitely be appealing to a spider.
Yeah.
Spiders breathe oxygen and would be repelled by your mouth, which to them would seem like, quote, a warm, moist cave that is mostly carbon dioxide and water vapor, says Floyd Shockley, an entomologist and the collections manager at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History.
To that I say, Floyd, you've never met my mouth, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Floyd, my mouth is very inviting, and the spiders would
Everybody wants this, including the spiders.
Anyway, are we ready for segment?
Or segmentos? Yeah, let's rock this bitch.
Okay, how could this movie be gayer? Which spiders are the gayest also is another question I have of the types of spiders we have.
I was watching a TikTok and a guy was talking about the spiders, and apparently the way that they drew the male orb spiders in this movie, they're actually female orb spiders.
Big butch mommy and some little
femmes
dying
you
for
got
her
big butch
attention.
mommy and the little other just like girly spiders trying to compete for her love. So orb spiders, those are lesbians.
Lesbians. Okay, yeah, because I thought that the big mama orb spider looked like a black widow. So I was like, I feel like that's not right. And that's not what it actually looks like. But I don't know. That's just me going off of a layman's knowledge of spider shapes. Anyway, I'll look it up. Female orb weaver.
In my notes. Oh, you finish out your orb weaver thought.
Okay, they're not black and red like that. So I was right. They do have the big giant booty and similar markings, but I think they did try to make it look more like Black Widow.
Just to make audiences feel fear. They didn't think Big Spider would be enough on its own.
No, they needed it to look like
we have
the one
to
that you know about.
Black Widow to the edge of your consciousness.
Yeah. Okay, say your gay things. What was your gay thing to say?
We've already talked about Floyd and Leroy, but that's my first note for where could it be gay. Yeah. The Barbers are gay together, obviously.
That's very
My second note is there's a moment where ScarJo, when she's saying to her mom after the town hall meeting for landowners only at the mall, she says that she sees her mom looking at David Arquette's butt, but before that she says something about like thinking her mom might not be interested in men anymore. So I'd like to posit that mom is bisexual and she's been having a dalliance with some woman, not in this town, but like one town over, where she doesn't have to, she's not the 100%. Sheriff to them there. She can just be herself.
100%.
I love that.
You're accurate and you're correct. That's right.
I also have, and you guys might not like this because you guys were Joshua haters, but I put Joshua gets bitches. That's how he knows that women like breakfast in bed. And then I also have, well, what do men like? Does he know that too?
I'm open to be
something
more
to think
loving
about
for Joshua. He just, some of it I was like, he's just a weird guy. And then other parts I was like, some of his mannerisms are freaking me out a little bit. So I'm sorry, just a little bit.
Yeah, like the surprise is like a little bit of a scary way to introduce him. But
like,
this kid is a spider lover. And I think it's fun the way throughout the movie that like they'll sprinkle in his spider knowledge and his like excitement, even if it's like a scary thing that's going on. He's like, whoa, like look at the jumping spiders or whatever. Like he has a couple moments like that that are fun. But I think this kid is just like a little weirdo who doesn't have any friends his own age, and he should try to make some maybe. But if he's gonna have a positive male role model in his life, that's not a terrible thing. But don't run away to the older alone man's ranch without your mom's knowledge of where you are.
Are there any kids his age? Because like we see the whole town, and I didn't see like any other kids his age.
He's the only one.
He's the one. There's 4 teenagers. 2 of them die, and there's only 1 child.
It's really too bad. Poor guy. Yeah, pretty gay already. Any other gay thoughts?
So many more gay thoughts.
Okay, Matthew Lillard. Where would he fit into this movie? How cute would that be? A little reunion of David Arquette. A little Dewey Stew reunion. Where would he fit?
Be a good Joshua.
Yeah, I love Dougie Doug, but he would also be a great conspiracy radio show guy.
Yeah, that would be good. I feel
maybe
like
Dougie Doug has a co-host, and it's Matthew Lillard, and they're just like
he's like the sound effects guy.
Yeah,
he's the shock.
They're just like, I love that idea.
That would be great. Yeah, I think that we just
live in trailer together.
Because Dougie Doug
like
is everything. That's the natural spot for him. I don't even want to postulate on anything else. That's perfect. Okay. That brings us to Dumb Bitch. Is it Wade?
I don't think he's doing himself any favors. We hear him espouse a couple different questionable decisions throughout the film. He does have a couple observations that are keen and get written off. Like I saw this on IMDb trivia, and it wasn't the way that I remembered it, but is he the one that calls Fish and Game to try and be like pets are disappearing all over town, or was that Pete?
That's Pete.
I thought it was Pete too, but somebody wrote it on IMDb that it was Wade. But their point was that in Arizona, it's actually called Game and Fish, and I was like, this should be in the goof section.
Right.
But there is the moment where he's at the Ostrich Burger Diner, and he's like, is it slow around here tonight? And she's like, honey, it's always slow. But he was right, because people are already starting to be picked off by the spiders. So he was onto something.
He's smart.
He was picking up a vibe, okay?
But he's doing evil things and trying to sell the
and trying to get everybody to sell, and like already letting them come in and do some sort of testing in the mines underneath the mall.
He doesn't even own them. It's like, fuck that.
Was that related to the nuclear waste from the beginning, or what was the testing for? I don't recall.
Methane gas? I don't really know. I honestly,
he's just like an entrepreneur and a businessman. He's like got ideas. Okay?
Yeah,
he just like wants to better the town for everybody, except he's a bad stepfather, so that's also not nice.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
And that's
about
why
his son Logan Huntsberger.
That's why he's crying out for attention, being a sex pest to his girlfriend, because he doesn't have a good role model at home like Joshua. Who can teach him that women like breakfast in bed, not to be pressured into the back seat of a truck under a blanket or whatever. Because Larry and whatever are fucking every night. So, and it's like, girl, that's not me.
It's fine.
They can do what they're going to do. I'm different.
I won't be like my mother.
I think there's room for redemption for him, for boyfriend, not for Wade's, well, he's dead. So he left everybody in the mall. That's bad. That was not good.
Yeah.
It was good in a way, because I was like, they should not go into the mines, because that's where Miss Mama is. But then they did go into the mines anyway, and that's how they needed to get out. So I was like, well.
So he's a dumb bitch. Easy. It's me.
Yeah.
It's bad to lock people in places. Don't imprison anyone.
Pete Small nomination for not being a husband on top of his game.
Yeah, for getting the cat killed.
Yeah.
Emma deserves better than your piss poor behavior.
Yeah. Okay, that brings us to our knives out of 5s. I can't wait to hear what awards this is won.
Can you believe that this movie doesn't have a 10 out of 10 across the board? Crazy.
I can't.
On IMDb, however, it has a 5.5 out of 10. And on Rotten Tomatoes, it has 49% from critics, which is rotten. And then from audiences, even worse, 33%, which is more rotten.
Yeah.
So
wow, I guess people don't know how to have fun or what whimsy is, but sure.
Yeah. I think there's like space in there to be like, this movie is objectively bad, but I love it. But do we even agree that the movie is objectively bad? I'm not sure that I do, you know?
Like, I think that it's not the best horror comedy I've ever seen, but it's fun for a stupid fun time. Movie fun time. I felt like it could have been funnier, but it was still really funny.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really fun. I thought, like I said, it would really have benefited from being watched at a sleepover or a Friday night movie night with like a pizza, maybe some like Cinesticks if we're doing Dominoes, like really get crazy.
Wow.
Is anybody bringing like a 2-liter of Coca-Cola or something?
Okay.
Maybe like a tub of red vines. I don't know.
Oh my god!
But
I
think that would be a good vibe. I think it could be a good TV movie where you're just like coming in and out, like we talk about sometimes, like a clean your house kind of movie.
This is on Sci-Fi. We're watching it
for sure.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's an easy, like you're scrolling, you're just looking for something, you see Eight-Legged Freaks is on, you're like, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. Yeah, I don't know. This is a hard one to score too, because it's one of those ones where it's like Cold Storage. I'm like, I was like, I want to give that one a 5. Well, I think I liked Cold Storage better than this movie just because I thought it was like a little smarter and tighter, but it's obviously very different as well. So, what did I give that one?
You gave Cold Storage a 4.75. I don't know which of the two of us went first, but one of us copied the other. And then Sydney gave Cold Storage a 4.
That feels right for me for this one as well. I will give this a 4. This movie still creeps me out watching all the spiders do the stuff and just like, I don't know, the way spiders move and like all the legs and and knowing they have 8 eyes, like just bleh.
When they like rear up to shoot at you from their belly.
But I don't know. The scene where the jumping spiders are jumping and like chasing the motocross thing is so 2002 to me. Like, it is like, that is a period piece at this point, right?
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
It's so dumb. It's so bad. Like, I was objectively mad that I had to watch this movie in a good way. Like, I was like, I can't believe I have to watch a spider movie. I don't like this, but I'm having a good time.
Against my will, I am enjoying the big spider movie.
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
I think I'm probably right around there too, with a 4, because I had a really fun time. I thought it was really funny. I don't know that I'm gonna be thinking about it again, but if I were hanging out with friends and they were like, let's watch Eight-Legged Freaks, I'd be like, hell
yeah.
Exactly. So I think that a 4 is like the perfect sweet spot for me with this film.
Right? When they watch it in Patreon, they're gonna fucking love it.
They're gonna have a blast.
Yeah, it'd be so fun.
The green goo getting squished out of those spiders.
Yeah, and the goo all over Pete's face all the time was so fucking.
And he's like, why didn't anybody tell me?
I'm gonna do a 4 as well, so we're all aligned. Yeah, it's just a fun movie. It's just silly and it's fun and it's nice. And again, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Chelsea. This is a watch with friends type of movie, so that's the only reason why I had a hard time with it today was because someone came to fix my stove in the middle of me watching it. Very distracting.
It ruins
I was
the
like,
Foley
"Sir,
sounds.
thank you for
Somebody worked
fixing
really
my
hard on these.
stove." Exactly. But I'm watching David Arquette do the performance of a lifetime right now. If you could just really quickly. No, I never would have said that to him. He was doing a nice service. But yeah, no, I think this is such a fun movie, and I just love a horror comedy. So it's beautiful and nothing hurts. So good for us. But who's introducing next week's? Have we decided?
Chelsea can.
Okay. Next week we are doing a new release that I think will have just come out the weekend before this episode drops. So I don't know if anybody of you will have seen it yet. Maybe you'll have just seen it and you'll be so excited. Maybe you'll have seen it and you'll go, "Uh-oh. I don't know if I like that movie." But none of us have seen it yet. It's not out yet. But I'm curious. I've seen poster. We watched the trailer. Oh, this was our trailer reaction last week. So we're intrigued for sure. And this is a movie called Slanted. It looks like it could be similar to The Substance. It's going to have some body horror in it. It's going to talk about race and privilege, and I'm curious to dig into it.
It's got our girl McKenna Grace in it.
You know it. And Maitri Ramakrishnan from Never Have I Ever, and Shirley Chen is the lead, Joan Huang. And then she has her makeover. But Elaine Hendricks is there from Parent Trap.
And Dancing with the Stars.
Of course, Dancing with the Stars, even more important to mention than Parent Trap.
She was just on Dancing with the Stars.
It's very recent. Yes, it's very recent.
And came in like third or like fourth. She was a high placer. Top 5,
I think.
Yeah.
So she did a good job. But yeah, I'm super curious about this movie, and I think it will make for an interesting discussion based on what I've seen so far. We had interesting thoughts just from the trailer alone. So
yeah, I think I'm really excited about it. I think it's really cool, smart concept. So can't wait to see McKenna Grace again. Every 2 weeks I see McKenna Grace. I see her again.
I can't go long without her.
I was starting to get the shakes. I was like, I need to see her. Where is she? McKenna. Anyway, and a 5-star review, you could also say something to us like, "Wow, thank you for giving us an opportunity to see McKenna Grace again. Thank you so much for reminding me that I could see her every 2 weeks if I really wanted to." Yeah, so that'd be a great thing to write in a 5-star review for us on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that allows you to write nice things about us. Anywhere at all. And also, we'll take a 5-star rating on Spotify. That really helps us too. We're also on social media. You can follow us at 8. There's 8-legged freaks. Got 8-legged freaks on the brain still. At spooky_Tuesday on pretty much everything except for Facebook and Tumblr, where we're at Spooky Tuesday Pod. Go to spookytuesdaypod.com. One stop shop. Oh my God, I'm hungry for every single link you could ever think about us. Okay, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. Check it out. Join our Patreon. As a reminder, this is our Patreon pick episode. They made their voices heard, and we did 8-legged freaks. You could do that next quarter. Don't get it twisted. It gives you a little time to get it all situated, get on the Discord, become besties with all of us. It's very cute. It's very fun. And we'd love to see you there. So join. That's patreon.com/spooky_Tuesday. And we are on YouTube. And today I was David Arquette, and now I'm Monica fucking Height. Okay, that's over now. That's over now. Okay, but I did have this on, so I remember. Oh, it looks good still. Look at that. Still sticks.
Perfect. Oh my God, you did that with such ease, and you look identical to him.
Thank God it still works like that, because you'll need to get a picture if you haven't already.
I already got the picture.
Oh, thank God.
I wouldn't have ripped everything off if I hadn't gotten the picture. And I think they kind of slayed too. Oh, now it won't come off. Okay, well, this is just how we're going to be for the rest of the episode. But don't forget, Sydney remembered it's St. Patrick's Day. She's 100% lucky. And Chelsea is getting fucking pinched, lucky. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh my God, my biggest fear. your
I told you I was
spider
gonna come
pincers
over
are
and
coming.
fight you. I'm coming over to pinch you, actually.
Thank God it's not actually St. Patrick's Day right now.
Don't destroy the illusion.
Some people listen on Wednesdays or Thursdays.
Crazy.
Maybe even Fridays or Saturdays if they're getting crazy.
I was trying to take the listeners on a journey, and you just.
I want to hang with them over the weekend, okay?
Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye, spookies!
Spooky Tuesday was created by Monica Height, Sydney Thompson, and Chelsea Duff, and edited by Sydney Thompson. Our gorgeously spooky tunes are all thanks to Tamara Simons, who you can follow on Instagram at Great18. That's GR818_. And our podcast art is by Ryan Brom, who you can follow on Instagram at Ryan Brom Art. That's RyanBrommArt. Learn more about Spooky Tuesday at spookytuesdaypod.com and subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/spooky_Tuesday.